Hey everybody!
Basta!
Speaking of the Magic School Bus.
Oh my god.
Guys, did you know that Netflix... It's Netflix, right?
Yeah, Netflix.
Netflix
Our
is
number
doing
one favorite thing.
a remake... Not a remake, a sequel.
Yeah, a
to
sequel.
the Magic School Bus.
A nostalgia property for children who have never seen the Magic School Bus?
And it looks worse than the Magic School Bus. It's got all the same characters for some reason.
I think it's got different ethnic children.
Yeah, it's got different ethnic... No, it's the same kids.
No,
I remember
it's
from
not.
the trailer, it was the same kids.
How could it be the same kids?
I don't know.
Kids can't be the same age.
They don't care, Hope. I
mean, you're right.
remember
You're
being
not
the
wrong,
same
but-
fucking kids in the trailer.
I mean,
God, it's just disgusting. The
It's,
Magic fucking School, like a
it's
show that
really
was never
gross.
good,
Yeah.
but like people have nostalgia for it because it had a catchy theme song
Well,
and
the
because it was a
problem-
fun idea. Like I liked it as a kid,
Yeah. Well, who didn't?
but like it's
It had the
not
chameleon.
good. And like, who the fuck? It's just the most disgusting nostalgia baiting bullshit.
I mean, like I told you, the only reason that anyone is gonna end up watching it is because the parents who now have kids, and those parents grew up on the Magic School Bus, and they're gonna be like, I remember the Magic School Bus, I'm gonna subject my children to this too, even though they have no fondness for it.
Yeah.
And that's
Nostalgia
what's gonna
shit's-
happen.
It's just fucking ridiculous. It's disgusting. And so they can put the original up too and have it be like, you know, everyone's watching the Magic School Bus.
Because if you're interested in the Magic School Bus, we recommend the Magic School Bus.
Yes. The Magic School Bus 2017.
Oh, yeah. Well, I meant because if you're interested in the Magic School Bus 2017, we recommend the
yeah.
Magic School Bus.
Okay. The original Magic School Bus.
Yeah.
Same with Death Note. I think Netflix's game is to do new adaptations of stuff they already have so that you'll go and watch the original after you watch the new one.
I wouldn't
and then
be surprised.
it keeps you going. So it's like why would they
It puts you on the
make
Netflix
something
loop.
new, yeah, when they can loop you into old stuff too.
And then they don't have to make new
yeah.
content.
And it's something kind of like the Ghostbusters where it's like they made a new one, but they did merchandising for the old one
Yes.
because they can get both, you know?
We can
Like-
get the old and new
and
fans.
with Star Wars, does the same thing. It's like it doesn't matter that there is a new one; they're still selling you the old one, and that's their game.
ATST, ATST. I don't know. I don't really get Star Wars. I'm not that into it.
I've never seen all of them.
I have seen all
I
of
remember
them.
the first one being like, yeah, that was a movie. It's cool. Whatever.
But I don't think it's the kind of thing where people should be losing their shit about it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
people lose their shit for some Star Wars.
They do.
And
They're
I'm just like,
obsessed.
why? It's just
I understand if you were like a kid in the 80s. Like if you grew up in that time, I get it. If you're like a millennial and you're obsessed with Star Wars, like get the fuck out of here.
Well, the only reason someone our age would be obsessed with Star Wars is because
Their
it's pop
parents
culture.
got them
Like,
obsessed with Star
everyone
Wars.
else is obsessed with Star Wars, so you in
Fuck.
turn become obsessed
I did
with
it.
Star Wars. Oh my god.
You didn't kill me.
You fucking
I dodged or
it.
something. I did something, man.
You got him. I think there's
guess
still
it's not
another
over.
boy somewhere.
Another screaming turd.
Around
Just
here.
gonna
Yeah, I think
keep
he's
full
over
health.
in that. Yeah, he's in that
Okay.
pocket. Gotta get him like an
Bah.
eagle. All right, get him before he fucking sends out that plasma pulse.
I think he does that when he's dying.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I just had to get out of the range of it.
Goddamn plasma
Holy
pulse.
shit, we did it, guys.
Wow,
That room was
it only
intense.
took 25 minutes.
Yeah.
We're talented,
Anyways,
let's
the reason I
players.
brought up Netflix's The Magic School Bus by Netflix, because Netflix did another show recently. The discussion everyone's been waiting for, Neo Yokio!
Hey!
You love it, you hate it, Neo Yokio.
But you have an
Let's get
opinion
to it.
about it.
Yeah, everyone's got an opinion about it, and I'm gonna explain why they're all wrong.
Oh, well, alright.
Literally everyone's wrong about Neo Yokio.
Should we preface with how we found Neo Yokio?
Absolutely, that's what I was gonna start with.
Okay. Do you want to tell it?
You can.
Okay. So we were sitting around at home one night. We turned on the good old Netflix. I was just trying to find like a horror movie to play in the background while I was studying or something.
We were desperate. We were desperate for TV.
And out of nowhere, I see this huge banner ad for this show called Neo Yokio, and the main character is this African-American kid, and he has pink dreads, and he's flying around on the ugliest white robot I've ever seen in my life.
The most disgusting
I am like,
robot
this
of all
robot
time.
looks like shit.
Yes.
This character looks like shit. This is, and so I had to know. And so we,
the trailer.
We played the trailer.
Well,
yeah.
no, because you hover over it on Netflix and it auto-plays the trailer.
Yeah.
So we're hovering over it on Netflix.
So yeah,
and
we stayed long enough to watch the trailer.
Auto-plays the trailer. And it just looks like fucking garbage. Like, the trailer they do is horrid.
It looks like one of those extremely low-budget American anime action shows where it's trying so hard to be an anime.
Yes.
And it wants to be, you know, like this cool action, you know, robots and fighting and stuff. And I was 1,000% ready.
Because they do it the same way they do all their anime trailers.
Yes. Which
is
to
to
make
it
every
look
anime
all
look
edgy and cool.
Fucking edgy as just all get out. And so, because we were so desperate, I was just like, oh, come on, Victor, let's just watch it. We'll shit on it. It'll be fun.
You're acting like I wasn't down. I was way down.
You weren't down. You were just like fine.
No, I was totally down. I was like, this looks like a terrible American anime. Why wouldn't I be down?
You didn't seem that into it.
I was definitely down,
I was super
Dude,
stoked
I
to
was
shit on this show.
What are you talking? Dude, I was just as excited. What are you talking about?
Okay, well, Victor was just as excited
I
to
was
shit on
just
the show.
as excited to shit on this Netflix original anime.
So,
we had our pistols ready, man. We were
sure
ready
did.
to fucking rip this a new asshole.
Targets trained, sights trained on fucking this show. We were ready to go. Shots were ready to be fired.
Yes.
So we sit down and we start watching that first episode, and the credit sequence comes up. And I noticed that the show creator for this show is Ezra Koenig, who is the lead singer of Vampire Weekend. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of Vampire Weekend, so I was like, what the fuck? Why is he making a American anime? This is extremely strange. And then as you're reading the credits further, Jaden Smith shows up, and I'm like, Jaden fucking Smith. All right. Interesting. So we get into the show. We're sitting there. We're watching it. We're ready to fucking just decimate Neo Yokio, and it just, I don't know what it was.
Extremely quickly, I'm noticing that it's not what Netflix built it as.
It's not what Netflix made the trailer out to be.
It's obviously self-aware. It's obviously not the garbage that they were portraying. Like, it's clearly a comedy.
It's just very satirical.
Yes.
I would say.
It's not as advertised.
It's definitely not an action show, and it's definitely not an anime.
Yes.
That's the one thing I would definitely say is anyone who sat down and watched it expecting it to be an anime is not watching it right.
Yes, because Netflix build it as an anime.
Yeah, and I mean, that's Netflix's fault.
It's an anime like Avatar's an anime. Like, it just happens to borrow the art style, but, like, it's not considering itself to be anime. It just kind of is its own thing that has an anime aesthetic.
It definitely does not see itself as being an anime, though it borrows from anime in certain respects.
And I mean, we're talking about this after Conrad's already talked about his discussion, which I heard today, so we can kind of, you know, I don't want to parrot too much of what he said.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of what he said is very true.
Yeah.
But, that being said, I did love it. It was amazing.
It's fantastic.
Nobody but Jaden Smith could have been Kaz Khan and played it off like that.
Fucking awesome, because you know Jaden Smith is probably really like that. And I think he is.
It's his Twitter.
Him voicing that character had to have been self-aware. And this is Jaden Smith, who is, you know, of our generation and probably was into all of that anime growing up and understands, you know. Like, he's coming from the same place.
For sure.
And it's all coming from a very millennial place, for sure.
It is one of probably the most millennial shows imaginable.
Yeah, I had very specific thoughts to share that are coming to me now.
I remember the moment that I was like 100% sold, super stoked about the show was the episode with Sailor Pellegrino. And
Sailor Pellegrino.
Sailor Pellegrino, who has that amazing super thick country accent.
Oh my
and
god.
the moment where Kaz is trying to hunt down the demon that is looking for the demon in that museum during the black and white ball, and he's looking for that diamond skull or whatever, and Sailor Pellegrino shows up. And it's revealed that she was the demon the entire time, and she just, like, rips apart and is the skull, and I was just like,
yes!
Yeah!
That was so fun!
I was just like, fuck yeah!
It's amazing. And there's certain stuff, like, Sailor Pellegrino having that fucking thick country accent is, like, obviously this is self-aware of, like, the weird dubbing of anime where they'll have, like, completely inappropriate voices, and you're just like, what the fuck is this character?
And there's just certain lines of dialogue, like in the Sailor Pellegrino episode where Kaz is running from her and he's like hiding in the back of that painting because they got transported into painting, which I thought was super neat. I didn't expect that to happen.
Fun.
How he gets transported into the art.
Whoa, what the fuck? I didn't know it was this!
Now
God damn
she's
it.
running around. Great. Awesome. Fantastic.
Fucking sweet.
And he's hiding in the background, and she's just like, "I see you, bitch." And I was just like, "Yes."
There's so much
amazing. Big Toblerones, fucking so
People
many good
have definitely
lines.
I agree that the writing of it feels like an abridged anime.
It does.
Like, it feels like they got those writers, but they actually decided to stop wasting their fucking time making garbage abridged series and just made a show, you know?
Exactly.
Like, it takes a lot of those abridged series jokes where to me, it's an American cartoon borrowing anime ideas.
Yeah.
Where, like, it's taking genre tropes, like the pretty boys and stuff, and it's like, those are elements of anime plot, like, that American cartoons don't get to dabble in a lot. And so I thought it was really cool that they decided, like...
Other door.
They didn't try to make an anime, but they borrowed... like, fun ideas that you get to see in anime that you don't get to see in American cartoons. What the fuck killed me? Oh! That guy's back. Okay.
I don't know what killed you, though.
It was a giant. He smashed me.
Oh, he smashed you. I didn't even see that.
I didn't see him
happen.
smash me, but I could only assume that's what happened.
But it's really, really great. I also love how it was, completely circular, how the first, like Conrad said, the first scene is those girls playing tennis, and the one girl misses the return and she smashes her racket on the ground, and that's the same scene that plays at the end.
Yeah, and that was like, initially seeing that scene, it was like, okay, this is completely different, like, this is self-aware and hilarious, like, right off the bat. And then all of a sudden I was like, okay, the robot's supposed to look stupid.
Yes, the robot is supposed to be
an over-designed, ridiculous, like, it's all got this how-to-draw anime aesthetic.
It's very, Chris Hart how-to-draw anime.
I think that was the point. I think
so.
I think, what's his name? What's the main kid's name?
Kaz?
I think his powers are supposed to be static shock.
Static shock, yes.
Because
we were immediately like, is this static shock?
Exactly. Static Shock was an anime. You know, it was an American show trying to look like an anime that was a black kid with dreads. I know. I'm aware. I gotta go down there.
You do?
Yeah. There's a door in there. No, I gotta get through this and fight him
again.
I guess.
Wow.
he's back, so I gotta fight him.
What a faggot.
Anyways, yeah, they interrupted my train of thought.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's basically Static Shock with pink hair, and I think it was self-aware of that fact.
I think,
I think he was supposed to be Static Shock, to an extent.
I agree, that it was definitely supposed to be reminiscent of Static Shock. I got that feel.
The comedy was great.
The comedy's so good. It's very self-indulgent, and I don't know. It's just the kind of comedy that I feel like you can't get in a lot of places. And
in the end, I felt like it was sincere. Like, Connor didn't like the last two episodes where it got kind of deep.
Yeah.
Or when it started like have a bit of actual plot. But I thought that was super cool because I just thought they pulled it off really well, and I enjoyed it. So.
I actually really liked when they were driving through the slums in their big death race.
That was super cool.
I just thought it was a cool bit of world building. I don't think you were supposed to draw an opinion about like who was right and who was wrong.
I feel like there is a world that this show takes place in that they aren't explaining yet for a reason, and like they're they're lulling us in with comedy, even though I think the creators of the show have a fleshed out world in their head. They're just giving it to us in small pieces. Like Neo Yokio, I think there's a backstory behind it. Like, I think this is post-global warming. Because there's literally places in the city that are underwater.
That's true.
So I think global warming has happened, and half of New York is flooded. And I think Tokyo is probably also underwater. And so that's why you have these countries combining and creating places like Neo Yokio, which is just a fusion of New York and Tokyo.
That's an interesting thought.
Because there was the Russia-China fusion, and then there was like
and
Japan and Italy
Japan
or
and
Greece
Italy.
or something. Yeah, but there's also Tokyo and New York are their own independent city-state. Like, I don't know if you gathered that that's what it was, but they're an independent city-state that is Neo Yokio.
Yeah.
So, like, I think there is some world going on there. There's some thought into what's going on. And I'm very interested to see in season 2, I'm interested to see them delve into, like, what Neo Yokio is and how it came to be.
Yeah. And I think as far as Helena goes, at the end, it's not necessarily that they're telling you she's right or wrong, but you can see that Kaz is kind of starting to look at her viewpoint, at least. Oh, God. So I guess they don't want you going that way.
Nice.
Or maybe they do want you to go that way, and they were just like, fuck that shit.
Oh my god.
I like the security cameras. That's pretty interesting. But I think they just want to show that, like, Kaz is starting to, like, reconsider his viewpoints in life and starting to think that maybe there is something more than just what he's seen. I don't think it's necessarily supposed to be like this person's right and this person's wrong.
He's getting perspective because he's a spoiled douche.
Right, because all he knows is being spoiled and all this other, you know, rich, fancy bullshit.
He's great. Kaz is an amazing character because he's sincere.
Great character.
Like,
he's a sincere
He's an asshole, but he is completely sincere.
Yes.
And he's just like, I love the obsession with fashion. I think that fucking just makes it like it makes him so unique and so like distinctly American. Like this is a very distinctly American show, you know?
For sure.
The comedy is American.
Yeah, if a Japanese person was to watch it, they wouldn't get what was happening there.
And I think more American cartoons need to borrow from like the ideas of anime without trying to be anime.
Yeah, you don't have to be anime.
I love the idea of the pretty boy fucking board and stuff, where it's like, yeah, that's a total anime thing where it would be this society that functions under the mechanics of, like, the prettiest boy, you know, being the superior gentleman. And it's like, yeah, that's some real anime shit, but they worked it into being an American cartoon.
It's great.
And a kid, you know, riding around on a robot, but it's like a small robot that he's riding around on.
It's like, yeah, like only like a little bit bigger than a human.
Super retarded looking.
And they got a lot of like actually pretty famous people in on the voice acting.
Yeah.
Like Jude
Law. And they did a fucking great job. Like the voice acting is great all the way through. Even like the characters with hilariously dumb voices still do a good job.
Jude Law is the robot. Steve Buscemi is the what's the fucking, not the arbitrator, the remembrancer.
The remembrancer. I didn't realize that was Steve Buscemi.
That's Steve Buscemi.
That's fucking amazing.
Steve Buscemi is the remembrancer.
That was a great character.
The fucking remembrancer.
He was pretty fucking funny.
That's some creepy shit.
Yeah.
But they got a lot of talented people in on it. The animation is definitely not anything to write home about, but
it's some shitty Chinese studio, like, animating over Studio Dean animatics or something. Like, what the fuck? It's a clusterfuck, but it doesn't matter. Like, the animation doesn't matter.
Yeah, the animation isn't what you're there to enjoy.
I feel like people... I was thinking about this earlier on, like, even the people who seem to love it seem to say it's like awesomely bad, or it's like cringy. It's awesomely bad.
Some of the humor is cringe humor, but it's self-aware cringe humor.
It's the same thing Connor was saying with comparing it to Mad Bull, where it's like people like to say it's awesomely bad, but like when we watched it was like, this is legitimately good. Like, this has good characters and good animation, and like it's really well thought out, and clearly someone gave a shit when they made this.
Right.
And, like, just because it's got, like, some stuff that's really, like, not socially acceptable these days...
Doesn't mean that it's a bad show.
Doesn't mean it... And it kind of commentates on that in its own message, where it's like Mad Bull kind of is this relic character who, like, embodies this idea of masculinity that, like...
Is dead.
Yeah, it's dead. And so...
It's a dead meme.
Neo Yokio is similar to me, where it's like... I don't think you can say it's bad, because I don't think they were trying to set out to make a show that was well animated. I don't think that was a priority they had, you know? Like, if you're thinking about it in terms of comparing it to anime, yeah, it has shit animation, and it looks like hell. But they weren't trying to make a nice-looking anime. They were trying to make an entertaining show, and they did a great job.
The animation wasn't the point.
Yeah. So I don't think it's awesomely bad. I think it's just good.
It's
like,
just
it's
a
just
good
a good show.
Right.
Like, if you were entertained by it, I feel like people that will see it as a guilty pleasure, something in the looks. But just because one element of it doesn't hold up to, like, an objectively good standard doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's not a legitimately good piece of media. Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm gonna shut up for a second.
Focus on it.
Just let Victor do his QuickTime event. I mean, it's just like in the way that a movie can have a really good plot and really great characters and have garbage cinematography. Yeah, doesn't mean it's not a good movie.
Like, it was just cheap, you know, and they didn't... They spent their money on quality voice acting and not fucking, not ridiculously good animation, you know? There could be beautiful movies that are fucking boring as shit. I was gonna say,
how many fucking spectacle anime are there that are literally nothing? It's empty. And you're just like, okay, bullshit. I'm not gonna remember this.
Fatestay Night, where it's like, yeah, it looks fucking fantastic, but no one's doing anything.
Who cares?
Like, this is just boring as all fuck.
Exactly. If you don't pull anything away from it, if you don't remember anything about what happened, then what was the point?
And I'm like, this is something I could see rewatching a bunch of times because it's so brief. It's like a classic.
It's only 2 hours.
OVA, you know. This is gonna hold the test of time to me. Like, I think it's an instant classic, kind of like great. Mad Bull was when we watched it with Radcon, where it's just like, yeah, this is something good. It brought back, it had a. I instantly got nostalgic and kind of sad after watching it because, like, it brought back to me the joy of watching something new that you don't get anymore.
Something you haven't seen before.
Yeah. It showed me something that I hadn't seen. It gave me something that I didn't know I wanted, you know.
Yeah, and that's always a great feeling.
It delivered something new to me. And I'm like, yeah, this is incredible.
As an adult who's consumed a lot of media, you don't get that very often. Yeah.
Fuck, it rolled too far. This is the worst weapon ever.
They know. They're like, he's only going to use it for bowling.
Even the shotgun without that is already bad, and then it's just, like, pointless.
God.
Fucking shit, man.
They fucking nerfed their own weapon for no reason.
I'm sure if I upgraded it all the way, it'd probably be better. I think they were giving me the chance to go upgrade my guns and stuff, but it was like, you should turn back.
Yeah, like, oh shit, look at all those monsters.
I don't know if I can go back to old levels and do that. Motherfucker, I'm so low on ammo.
I have no idea.
I like how it just gives me, like, one infinitely spawning ammo box.
Nice. God.
You know, I need the machine gun for these guys.
Yeah, because they have so many, oh, you can leave.
Can I, though?
I think so.
Can I?
I don't know if they'll,
you know what? I bet I can bowling ball into one of these fucking pillars. And then that'll stop it from rolling away. Yes.
Get him. Oh, quick, focus yourself.
Oh, yes, perfect. Hey. All right, that's what I was fucking hoping
for. Pinball, bitch.
I was like, I bet if I hit all of the things at once, they'll instantly die. Yes. Okay, so the bowling ball is amazing if you can fucking hit with it.
If you can get it to work, it works. But yeah, all the characters were great. The fucking, like, the weird jokes, like the Caprice boy and shit.
The
like,
Caprice boy, so I love it.
It's so good.
Oh man, I'd wear a fucking Caprice boy t-shirt.
Caprice boy t-shirt.
God damn it.
And this is probably just something for me personally, but I do really, really love the title cards and end cards that are that, like, perfect pastel pink. so good.
The pastel,
it's so
and
good.
I love the fucking weird orchestral soundtrack where it's like,
it's so good.
What the fuck
God.
is this supposed to be?
I love
man?
it. It makes me so happy.
Hilarious.
It's just, oh, it's so beautiful.
Complete subversion of like everything in
Of
the
your
world.
expectation of this entire fucking thing. It's so good.
But it's they're supposed to be all classy and elegant.
Oh, yes, elegance is the theme.
Because everyone's
It's
a
so
gentleman.
good.
It's all about high class elegance.
High fucking
And
class.
it's I'd like to believe that in that future it's like the episode over alarm just threw us off pretty hard. But basically in the future music has come so far that it's actually reverted back to like, because if you're thinking this in the future where global warming has happened, then this could be like 100 years in the future, and now that music is probably so old that it's come full circle into
It's
being
probably
cool again.
yeah.
Like, only classy people know of this kind of music, and that's why it's so, like, gentlemanly and stuff, because, like that old school aesthetic is now back in style.
When he wins a field hockey game and tells...
Yeah, so when field hockey is, like, an important competitive sport.
To play whatever that fucking symphony is in, like, F flat. I'm just like,
Yes.
what?
F flat.
In D minor, sir? No. F flat. Like, what? Who would even...
Like, whoa, what
What's
a
the
fucking
difference?
G, dude. F flat.
I would never
sick,
fucking
dude.
know the difference.
That was another moment where I was fucking beyond sold. Like, yeah, this is great.
It's so great, dude. It's so good. Go in with an open mind and don't watch it like an anime,
Fuck.
and you will have...
It is quite good.
It's just a good time. It's just it's just one of those. It's one of the few good things that Netflix has given us. I would say
Yes, that they've paid for.
yeah. Well, it's one of the few good things that Netflix has kind of funded in a sense.
God damn it, because I'm sure it was there's no way for them to lose on it. So like,
right? Yeah.
Why not?
That's very true.
That's the thing with Netflix. It's like if they didn't like personally pay for it, how the fuck do they lose on anything?
They don't. They can't.
I'm sure it was
too
low
big to
budget as
fail.
fuck.
I don't know, man. They had those high budget actors.
Yeah, but
So I mean,
they were having fun. Like those actors
I'm
do
sure
a
they
lot
were.
of weird shit, you know.
that's true. I'm not gonna deny that.
Fuck.
I would say, I enjoyed Neo Yokio more than I enjoy Voltron.
Yeah, which is interesting because Voltron is really good.
Voltron's
like,
great.
Objectively, really good.
It's a
And,
really good
like,
sci-fi cartoon.
So the fact that right after
Based
watching
off a
Neo
shitty old
Yokio, I
cartoon.
was just kind of like, I think I like it more than Voltron. Like, huh? This thing that like you'd expect to be bad. Like we went into it thinking it was bad, and then we're like just charmed out of our mind, and then it's like, I think I like it more than this thing that everyone praises.
Maybe it was just that element of surprise. It gave it the
Yeah.
edge over Voltron.
Like Voltron is like, yeah, they did great with source material that's retarded and
Dumb
like,
as shit.
and it's good for an American cartoon, and it does a lot of things that are great for an American cartoon, and like it kind of, like in some elements it does a better job with being a mecha anime than most mecha anime, but then it's kind of like, it just feels like a modern adaptation of, like, it's the new version of Avatar: The Last Airbender, but of a mecha anime, and like it's not super original.
No. And it does have characters that kind of bring it down.
Yeah, and like the newest few episodes, it did kind of get to that point where it's like it slowed down a little bit.
It did, yeah.
And it kind of like they have to battle a guy every episode kind of deal.
Gotta battle a guy.
It did a very Gundam thing, which is like introduce their Char character, and then like they have to get in the confrontation with him in every episode. They nailed
Yes,
being
they're Char.
Gundam in the latest season because they introduced this rival guy, and the only way he can communicate and learn about the main cast is by like having battles with them, and that's what Gundam was that it's all about Char encountering Amuro, and so like every episode it has to be a battle so that they can have all of the characters interact. And so Voltron starts to do that too, and it's like, this isn't a great element of Gundam. Like, you guys are doing a great job of being Gundam right now, but like, maybe take some artistic liberties there.
Yeah. I mean, the villain character that they introduced is great.
Yeah,
he's a
but
great villain.
He's just Char. Like, he kind of is like a Char Griffith combo.
He's like he's like Char and Griffith. I agree.
The way he interacts with the cast and the plot is very Char, but his personality is very Griffith.
Yeah, he's very manipulative.
And he's cool, but like, I don't know why they split the newest season up into like 2 chunks. It was weird. I'm out of ammo with all of my guns.
Oh, great. Maybe now's a good time to leave.
Maybe we can leave. I'm so close.
I know, but
it's just this guy.
He can't follow us down here.
Caprese boy.
Caprese boy. Oh, I lied. He can follow us down here.
Oh, there we go. Now it's giving me ammo. Anyways, yeah, check out Neo Yokio. Excited for season 2. I hope they fund a season 2. I think it's getting a lot of buzz, you know.
Oh, he's stuck. Huh. How unfortunate.
But I see, like, video thumbnails, you know, titled Neo Yokio, Netflix Perfect Disaster. And I'm just like,
disaster.
It's not a disaster. Like, it's only a disaster if you're looking at it from the perspective of they were trying to make a perfect anime and did a shitty job. But that's not it. Like,
but they weren't.
That's not what they were going for, man. They were just making a fun show. It's good.
Exactly. Just enjoy it for what it is.
For what it is, yeah. Enjoy it for what it is and not for what it isn't.
With cool characters. And a great aesthetic in the sense that there's pink.
Yes. And that it's like they did the most hilarious job of, like, I think intentionally doing a parody of, like, how to draw manga character designs. Because they are like comically bad character designs in a lot of aspects.
A lot of the side characters and background characters, when I was first looking at some of the screenshots, I was like, some of these guys look like Hunter x Hunter background characters. And that's because one of the, like, 2 Japanese animators that they called in to work on Neo Yokio was a character designer for Hunter x Hunter. So, there you go. That's why.
Nice.
I was like, very interesting. Why is he not screaming? Okay, he's just chilling.
I guess because I left the room, he just started.
He's just like, he's gone. I guess I'll stand here.
Yes.
Yeah! Get fucked!
Fuck you!
Bitch!
Awesome. Caprese boys!
Caprese boys, indeed.
Now I want a Caprese boy t-shirt.
Oh my god.
That would be pretty good.
That would be pretty excellent.
Especially if it were actually, like, fashionable.
Meaning for you it would be super minimalistic and it's like gray.
Exactly.
It's gray or burgundy or dark green.
I don't know. I think they could pull it off. They could make a good Caprese boy t-shirt. Alright, well that was just a gauntlet.
Let's, do you want to start a new episode?
Are we at the thing? Oh yeah, the limit thing.
My doopy-doo went.
Alright, I guess we're talking about...
are we good talking about Neo Yokio?
I do really love Kaz's character design by the end. Like, it grew on me super fast. It reminds me of Gundam a lot, and that's fantastic. It reminds me of he's a pink-haired version of the kid from Turn A Gundam who is amazing. And so his character's a lot like the kid from Turn A Gundam, but like a rich, spoiled version. Anyways, next time on